Good afternoon. This is Sunday, April the 16th, and we just had a quiet morning. We watched the local sermon on the Facebook, and looks like it's supposed to be, I think, 83 today, so it's going to be a nice day. This is Monday the 17th of April, and Larry's out early picking peas. Well, Larry didn't pick too many peas, but we'll shall only have a few. And he got tomatoes. These are mostly cherry tomatoes. Larry's moved on to mowing the yard. We went to Walmart today and I got George a new litter box. You can see it's bigger than what he's been using. He's been using this yellow one, but I thought big kitty needs a bigger litter box. And this is getting him ready to go to North Carolina when we go. And it comes it has a top that fits down over to help keep the litter in. But he's not used to having a cover over it, so I'm going to leave the cover off to start with until he gets used to it. Then I'll put the cover on. George likes playing with his squid, throwing it up in the air and playing. This is different. Laverne or Shirley laid an egg that didn't have any shell. It's just a really soft egg. But there's no shell. Well, I guess she's just still learning how to do it. We're here at Tractor Supply. Time to buy more chicken food. Need some cracked corn. Well, this is Wednesday morning, the 19th, and we're on our way back to Charleston. We went yesterday to Charleston. Larry saw his regular checkup with his cancer doctor, and when they checked his blood, he had anemia. So we're going back this morning, and they're going to a blood transfusion. Going to give him 2 bags, so it's going to take most of the day. And then maybe he'll have a little more energy and feel better. Well, we're here.
Yeah, both of us.
And we're just waiting for Larry to start getting his blood.
Transfusion.
Yeah, it looks a lot like when he used to get chemo.
Yeah.
Same kind of setup.
Same thing.
So they'll be coming soon.
No, a little bit. She talks to me on the phone and all that. And,
Take a picture of that
so
now.
we're friends. We're friends. Yeah.
It's 10:45 and Larry's getting his blood right there in his arm. And he has coffee.
Yeah, and he even gave me coffee and gave Laura some hot chocolate. It's just better than a motel.
It's 3:10 and we're still here. So he's on his second bag, but he's got a long way to go.
Yeah, but I'm ready to go.
And we turned on the TV that's right here, so he's had that for about the last 10 minutes. And they have a cafe here where we got sandwiches for lunch.
That new buzz is making me pretty hungry.
I'm here at our local hospital. Betty woke up this morning and she was hemorrhaging, so she called 911 and they brought her over here. And she's been here all day. And they haven't been able to stop the bleeding. They gave her vitamin K to thicken her blood because she has a blood thinner. And then they gave her plasma to thicken it. And then they did a blood screen to see where blood was coming from in her intestine. And so she's going to be transferred tomorrow either to Charleston or Somerville. And we'll just wait to see. But they are giving her just regular blood now and she's stable. But she's in ICU. Well, this is Friday the 21st and we're back here at the cancer center. Larry's getting ready to go in. And then after this, they've moved Betty down to Roper Hospital downtown in ICU, and I'm going to go down there. Well, here we are again.
Again.
And Larry's getting iron today. It's going in. It only takes like a half hour or so. So it's up there coming in, and he comes back Tuesday and gets another. Well, they divided into two, so he's getting half today, and we'll get the other half Tuesday.
The only thing I'm worried about is getting so much iron. I'm afraid I'm going to start rusting.
I'm on my way to Betty at the Roper Hospital, and we're here on the bridge over the river, and it's a drawbridge. It's going up. Must be something going through. Probably a sailboat. This is the first time we've had the drawbridge go up for a long time. But it's a beautiful day. I guess the boats are out. Oh, the other one down there is going up too. Hope you can see that. Goes up slowly. Goes all the way up. All those big buildings over there are hospitals. There's Roper and MUSC. And the VA hospital. And I think there might be another one still. Anyway, that's a whole hospital complex. There it comes. It's almost like a barge. The drawbridge is going back down. In the movies, when it gets almost down, that's when you see the cars racing and jumping from one side to the other. I don't think I'd want to try it. I wouldn't think that boat would be high enough to have to raise the bridge. And the bridge going out to Folly Beach is up tall. It's not a drawbridge. Boats can go under it. And it looks like it's about down. So we'll be moving here in a minute. This is a building across from Roper Hospital. It's an old one. And I just spent 2 hours with Betty, and she's doing fine. They're starting to give her liquids, broth, and Jell-O. So she'll be eating food before long and just keeping a watch on her. But they're going to take her, if they have a bed available, they're going to take her out of ICU. She wasn't ready for me to film her. Her hair wasn't done. Now this is another view from the top of the parking garage. There's the river and the marina out there. Magnolia trees are starting to bloom. The big magnolia blossom. This is Saturday afternoon and my new loaf of bread is done. I ground the basil that I picked a few weeks ago and dried. Now I'm putting it in the jar. So it'll be done here in a minute. Well, here it is, my little jar of fresh ground basil. It smells so good, like licorice. See, I got a whole jar. So I'm happy with that. I bought this pink Himalayan salt, but I made a mistake and bought the coarse instead of the fine. And so now we'll grind it up finer. We got our ancient ocean Himalayan pink salt all ground up and ready to store. Got 2 quarts. That was a little extra we just put in to use. At least we got it fine ground now.
Well, we're picking and freezing some English green peas, and we put about a cup in each pack, and that ought to be enough between both of us. And if we have brown fried rice and other stuff, soups, we put the green peas in. Anyway, we're glad to get her, and we got a lot more out there. This is the first batch that we've made. We've got a lot more to be picked yet.
I put the peas on cookie sheet to freeze them individual so they wouldn't be a big old clump. Well, we're back here at the cancer center. Larry's waiting to see the doctor.
Again.
Yeah, they took his blood, so we're waiting to see what the results of that, how his blood count is. And then they're going to give him the iron. And we already been down to the other hospital and visited with Betty. She was supposed to come home today, but then she had a little more bleeding. So now we're not sure what day she's coming home. That's the way things are.
It is what it is.
Good morning. This is Sunday, the 23rd of April, and we're on our way back to church. Seems like forever since we've been there, but we're on our way now. I got a call from Betty. She's not going to be released from the hospital today after all. Maybe tomorrow or the next day. We made it. We're here. This is Sunday afternoon, and our former pastor's father passed away, and Larry's going to the funeral. This is Monday, the 24th of April, and I have sad news. Our chicken, Laverne, died. She was acting a little off yesterday, and then Larry put her this morning in the coop by herself, and we went out not long ago, and she was dead. So there she is, poor thing. This is Friday the 28th of April, and we're freezing peas today. Larry picked these yesterday. We still got more out there, but putting them in 1/2 cup packages. Got a few more left to do. So we got 1, 2, 3, about 4.5 cups. This is Saturday the 29th of April. We're getting ready for lunch, and Larry's peeling potatoes for me. That's some of the ones we grew. Got more in the pot. We're going to have boiled potatoes and steamed broccoli and hamburgers for lunch. I put the peas in bags that we picked yesterday and ready to put in the freezer. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4.5 cups of peas. We have 4.5 cups of peas here. I wanted to let you see how nice our garden is growing. The corn's growing, and the peas, we've been picking those. And Larry mulched all around the beans, so when it rains, the dirt won't get on them. So he's got it, not a weed anywhere. Peppers, cucumbers, squash. There's more squash, little one's coming. Onions way up there. These bushes are blooming now. They smell really good. I forget the name of them. This is Sunday, April 30th, And it's been windy today, and I've been pulling the onions as the tops broke over on them. And it was so windy today, a lot of tops have been broken over. So I'll have more to pull. But the wind really got them. So I guess they're ready. They still got the garlic. This is the row of beans are growing. This is the raised bed, and Larry's got sweet potatoes planted in here now. Now, here's the greenhouse. And we got one big broccoli plant, but it's not making any broccoli. But Larry just planted more sweet potatoes yesterday, so they got a root. You just don't put them in, so they'll look better when they grow a little more roots. And this is our beautiful, huge squash plant. It's big. Got tomatoes there. There's a lot of cherry tomatoes. Tomatoes. So all this middle now is about tomatoes. And one cucumber there going up. I think that's a cucumber. And a sweet potato decorative vine. And our lettuce here's be coming out before long. It's all going to seed. Lots of tomatoes. Now this bed over here still has to be planted when we put more sweet potatoes in it. There's little tiny grapes on the grapevines, just a lot of them. Oh, those are a little bigger there. The grapes up through here are all Concord. And then all these others down through here are muscadine. There's little tiny muscadine grapes there too. We got blueberries on this bush, quite a few, so I put netting over it to try to eat the birds so we can have some blueberries just to eat. We still got them in the freezer, so we just need some to eat. This little flower bed is looking pretty now. Now you put some little marble, little border around it. But they're all blooming. Watering the bird bath in the rain. Still have rutabagas.
If we truly want to serve God, then when we dedicate ourselves and we discipline ourselves and we remain faithful, we focus on the solution, which is Jesus Christ, not the problem, whatever it is. We live above the circumstance, not in it.
Now look who's here. It's Betty. She's just here out of the hospital, staying with us till she gets her strength back. Maybe gain a little weight. She got out of the hospital on Wednesday, so this is Sunday. And she's getting a little stronger, but she still needs to gain a lot of weight. You want to tell them how much you weighed?
When?
The other day when you got weighed.
After I got out of the hospital?
Uh-huh.
83 pounds.
Yes. So we got a big job to fatten her up. But she's glad to have her here.
Glad to be here.
And he's having his usual Sunday afternoon time. It's 5:13 on Sunday, last day of the month. I guess it's time to end this vlog. We're going to have a busy week starting tomorrow. I have to take Betty back to the doctor in Mount Pleasant in rush hour, so that'll be a trip. And then Larry goes back to see his doctor on Friday. So then we got 3 other days we can do fun stuff, maybe. George says, good night. God bless.